Hey one, hey all, welcome to Monday. Welcome to Countdown Day here on the channel. And today we have a very interesting topic. We all know that Optimus Prime, the leader of the Autobots, is most notably depicted as a transport truck. Usually a flat-nosed one, but there have been different variations on it. Nevertheless, when you think Optimus Prime, you think transport truck. And while he's been a lot of things under the sun and had a lot of different alt modes for a lot of different reasons, the question recently came up of what alt mode other than transport truck would you like to see Optimus Prime depicted as? I allowed voters to vote for a mode that he has already been other than transport truck, or one that he has not yet been. It was wide open, and number one was a very clear front runner very early on. So this wasn't a matter of what would you like to see Optimus be that he hasn't been yet, because he's been everything under the sun. This is what would you like to see Optimus Prime be depicted as if he was never ever a transport truck to begin with. That's going to be our topic this time around in the latest GotBot Counts Down. Hey one, hey all, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share, of course subscribe, and while you are at it, light 'em up, baby. That's right, hit that notification bell, please. It helps me out a ton and lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links. All of that's in the description down below. Also in the description down below, and if you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon, see what we have to offer to you through spring, or of course hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. So, this is the top 10, and this is a big top 10, but this is the top 10 alt modes that Optimus Prime could be, if not a transport truck. So we have two honorable mentions, and they include a, monster truck. I think Optimus as a monster truck would be really cool, and the G.I. Joe Rolling Thunder. There may have been a third-party version that delved into doing something like that, but you know what? For years we've heard Optimus should be a Rolling Thunder. Never thought a monster truck, but I like that one. Neither of those honorable mentions made the list. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to kick things off with number 10 first. Coming in at number 10, we have Optimus Prime as a bus. That's right. Now, this is like a city bus, but I mean, a couple of people said school bus as well, because they said, you know, he would care for humans and transport them safely. But I mean, the same could be said really for any type of bus. I think there may have been some sort of like a die-cast version of Optimus as like a Volkswagen drag bus, if I'm not mistaken. But we've never really had a bus transformer, though I think there's a 3D printed version of Transit right now. I'd love to get an actual Transit. Nevertheless, Optimus Prime as a bus is a safe transport for people. Heroic Optimus likes to keep people safe, ergo, as a bus, I understand the logic behind it. Very different alt mode, and it takes the number 10 slot. Coming in at number 9, we have Optimus as a spaceship? Or space shuttle, if you will. About the closest we've gotten to Optimus being a spaceship is probably I think it was Cyberverse Optimus that had like the Ark with him, and the Ark like became armor on him. It was the weirdest thing. And arguably, maybe that, I don't know, the Toyota like lunar rover thing that's coming from Japan, JAXA I think it is. Those are probably the closest, but Optimus Prime as a space shuttle, I mean, we know that in the movie he decided to go and meet his creators. It would have been real helpful if his alt mode was Spaceship. It would definitely be a cool one. Maybe he could take some pointers from Skylinks. Optimus as a spaceship takes the number 9 slot. Number 8 actually takes us to a crossover. People would like to see a crossover with G.I. Joe as the Thunderclap. Now, to be fair, I did kind of lump the votes for this with the votes for like armored artillery transport, because really the Thunderclap is an armored artillery transport. I guess I could have taken a picture of like a real one, but you know what? It's fun when it's something that could be a crossover here. That makes sense. Yeah, I mean, you know, not for nothing, the Rolling Thunder was a popular one. But honestly, This one, I think, makes sense largely because, and a lot of people said this, they said you could take I'll say the trailer section off, and it could become like a base embankment with the front section being the cab that could transform. So it still follows the motif of his transport truck self, but in a completely different skin that honestly makes a lot of sense. Yeah, the G.I. Joe Thunderclap takes the number 8 slot. Number 7 is pretty easy. It's this. It's a tank. A couple of people said hover tank. I threw that in here as well. A couple of people said Cybertronian tank. And a few people said the M1 Abrams. Tank. Any way you want to cut it, Optimus is a tank. Yes, it's big, it's strong, it's hefty. Kind of think tank might better match Megatron, but you know what? I ain't the voters. You guys are. And you guys said tank. And tank takes the number 7 slot. Number 6 takes us to the world of animals a little bit, and surprisingly not gorilla, even though that did have votes. But this, a lion? A lot of people said, hey, you could just make it a little more G1ified, like a little more of an Optimus Prime head rather than a Lio Convoy head. Make the chest a little more Optimus Prime-esque. Maybe make the actual lion, like a gray and blue or a gray and red coloration. People had suggestions. A lot of people said kind of, I don't want to say back engineer, but back deco Lio Convoy right back to if he was Optimus Prime. I think that one might be a little bit of a cop-out, but you know what? Who am I to argue? Optimus Prime as a lion takes the number 6 slot. And now a hush falls over the crowd as we've reached the ever-coveted, ever-popular halfway mark. And the halfway mark takes us to a very popular version of Optimus Prime. In fact, this is an alt mode he has had, kind of, because it's this. Yes, it is a Dodge Ram, but in essence, it's truck. I mean, most people said truck, like a Dodge Ram. That's the way most people voted. But there were a couple of votes for like a Ford truck, a Ford Ranger. Some people just said like a mid-size pickup. Some people said like a small compact pickup. But when people identified one, a lot of them said a Dodge Ram, like alternators. So that's the picture I got. Why not? Yeah, him as a pickup. Some people also pointed out the alt mode that movie Ironhide used and said, hey, that could have worked for Optimus too because it was a strong truck. Yeah, I sort of get that. Pickup truck for Optimus Prime takes the number 5 slot. So number 4, I think, is a little bit of a weird one because it's this. An F-14 Tomcat. Now, not for nothing, but when I see a plane like this, I tend to think like Seekers or Jetfire/Skyfire. I don't think Optimus. But the people that voted for it said, look, have the plane be gray, have his nose red, and on the wings have the line detail that's normally on his trailer. I guess, and a lot of people said, not for nothing, but there is precedent for Optimus being a plane. Most notably in the Titan's Return line, when that tanker G2 version of him transformed into a third mode as a triple changer with a plane. It's not an F-14 Tomcat, but you get the idea all the same. F-14 Tomcat, what more is there to say? People wanted to see it as Optimus Prime, and it takes the number 4 slot. Coming in at number 3, we have something that I kind of feel like would match Onslaught more than anybody else, but hey, why not go with an armored truck for Optimus Prime? Now, some people specified and said like an APC, for example. Some people specified and said like a SWAT armored vehicle. Some people specified and said an armored personnel transport. I mean, all of those I kind of lumped into one as armored truck because there's a lot of kind of sub-variations to it there. When you take something that is like a militaristic or police-touristic vehicle mode that is souped up, that is armed up, that is strong, and that is powerful going into battle, yeah, I could see how you could think of that heroically for Optimus Prime. Why not? Why not make it red and blue and gray all over? Yes, an armored truck takes the number 3 slot. Now we're into the top 2, and at number 2 we have this. That's right, Optimus has a train. Now you may notice that I have a steam locomotive here. While there were votes for different types of trains, the vast majority said steam locomotive. A lot of people pointed to Hearts of Steel as an example. And you know what? Why not Optimus as a train? Even X Prime. I don't remember what line that came out in now. Was it Transformers Prime? I think it was Transformers Prime. But the Optimus X Prime, I'm pretty sure he turns into a train. And a dragon, if I'm not mistaken. That was a weird Optimus, but really cool. Whether a bullet train, whether a boxcar, or whether a steam locomotive, Optimus Prime is a powerful train, takes the number 2 slot. And now here we are, very tippy top number 1. And number 1 by far, 1. And number 1 is this. That's right, a fire truck, a fire engine. Some people specified different types of ones. Some people said either the RID 2001 iteration or the animated iteration. In fact, DNA Design is doing an upgrade kit for the United Optimus that'll kind of accomplish that, which is really cool in the modern age. I get it. Again, remember, the requirement here was for a different alt mode than transport truck. It didn't need to be an alt mode he's never had before. That's not what the question asked. So fire truck was a very valid answer and a very popular answer. I'm sure that the HasLab Omega Prime had something to do with that as well. Who might argue? You know what? If he's not going to be a transport truck, then make the heroic Optimus Prime a first responder. Make him a hero. Make him a fire truck. Takes the number 1 slot. And there you go, 10 down to 1 once again. Let's look at some other ones. A Zamboni, a 1939 GM, what is this? Future Liner, a sci-fi jet, an Alligator. Alligator had 1 vote, by the way. Voltron. Have Optimus turn into Voltron? I don't really get that one, but okay. Tugboat, cargo plane, a Colt pistol, C-130, whatever that is, a plant. Somebody voted for a plant. What else do we have here? A plane, of course. Car carrier, take Ultra Magnus and kind of recolor it. The G.I. Joe General. A Striker, a military assault vehicle. A Badger. Have him turn into a fort. A donkey. A Diaclone battle convoy. VMAX. TFC Nuclear Blast, that alt mode that release had, I know it's third party. A Combine Harvester, Silverback Gorilla, Optimal Optimus, all of those, make Optimus Prime Optimal Optimus. The EM50 from Stripes, the, let's see, 97 Chevy Blazer, a My Little Pony, a rescue helicopter, a Famicom, where the disc storage thing could be the trailer. A woolly mammoth, a Ferrari F401, a crane, a Tesla Cybertruck, a Nissan GTR R35. That's really specific. I mean, there was no way that you were going to get enough votes for that specific vehicle to be on the list. A stealth bomber, Trailbreakers alt mode, scrap parts, M25 tank transporter. People got really specific with this. I didn't expect that. A fridge, a late model Dodge Challenger, a tactical base, triple changer, and some ideas there. A big farm tractor, steamroller, actually an armored up steamroller, starfighter, a chicken walker, a bald eagle, I think that would be an interesting one, a shield. Megatron turned into a pistol in G1. Why wouldn't Optimus turn into something of defense like a shield, is what the voter said. His Beast Hunter's truck mode is just an armed up, battle truck. An armored Humvee and a missile truck. Why not? Why not? We'll stop on that one. Those and so much more. You guys really dug in deep with this one. I appreciate you guys coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon, see what we have to offer to you through spring. Or of course, hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. While you're at it, please and thank you, hit the subscribe button, stick around, have some fun with us here on the channel. And don't forget that somehow, some way, each and every single day, you right there, you do make a difference in the world, whether you know it or not, whether you feel it or not. you do make a difference in the world. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams on Thursday nights, at the stop motion premieres, or the old-fashioned way right here inside the videos.